Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 now of our Barndo Basics series, and we're going to talk about post frame buildings.
Yep.
What are the pros, what are the cons of building a post frame building?
There are pros and cons to every type structure you build. This is why we specialize in designing these, because there's 3 main structures, and the first one we're going to cover is post and frame building and the different types of post and frame building, and why you may or may not want to consider one. Post frame structure, or what you could also call pole barn. Pole barns, just a brief history, my limited understanding, pole barns go all the way back to like the Depression era. Farmers needed cheap structures to put their livestock in, put their farm equipment in. So they would go to the phone company, buy telephone poles, used telephone poles. They would go out, they'd dig a hole, put the telephone pole in about every 10 feet or so. They'd put lumber, wrap the lumber around the building, and put tin, not just corrugated metal, tin roof, tin sides, or maybe wood. But it was basically just a quick, cheap barn structure that they could put up. Well, so that type construction has been around a very, very long time. So this particular building is about 2,400 square foot, is a shop with a small apartment in it. It's turned out pretty well. We went with what we call a monitor style, which is the center section is popped up higher, and then it's got these lean-tos coming off each side. So it's a monitor style, or some people will call it an equestrian style building. It looks like horse barn. Okay, but we went for a little bit of a modern twist, and we'll show you that in a minute. It turned out pretty amazing. So this particular building, let me show you, is bolted to the floor. And if you can, this is what we recommend. Now this is more expensive. Okay, so what you have is this is called a sturdy wall bracket. You can buy these brackets that either bolt to the floor. I want to get into a little bit of minutia on the construction side, so bear with me. It may get a little nerdy, but just hang in there, okay? So there's 2 or 3 different kind of sturdy wall brackets you can get. This one is just bolted down with these 5/8 by either 6-inch or 8-inch bolts. They're driven in and tightened up. These are temporary lag bolts that just hold the post in temporarily until you can drill through and bolt them down. Now you can also buy these, it's called a wet set. It's got 2 half-inch rebar, or 4 half-inch rebar welded to the bottom. And so when you pour your foundation, come along, just push those into the floor. Once your floor dries, your bracket's in place. This particular slab is bolted down. These are called wall girts, these 2x4s here. This is a treated 2x8. Okay, so this sits right on the floor here. And then you got your panels that screw on it. And then up there is your carrier beam. So as you can see, your trusses sit on top of these 2x10s. These particular posts are 10 feet apart. If we're doing a house out of these, we recommend 8 feet apart, so don't go more than 8 feet. The particular trusses are 4 feet apart, because once again, this is a shop. If you're gonna do a house, we recommend no more than 2 or 3 feet spacing on your trusses, so you're going to have more trusses. Now, there's some options you can do design-wise that on these post frame buildings makes them attractive. We're going to leave the trusses exposed, and we're going to sheetrock or put siding right next to the roof deck after we insulate it. So, and then we're going to paint the trusses, and so it's going to look really amazing. We'll mount track lighting up in there, and then we can kind of direct the lighting so it's indirect. It's hitting the ceiling first and bouncing off. It's going to be really amazing. So you get some cool design features with these, where you can leave the trusses exposed. You can get a scissor truss, which the bottom is popped up a little bit. It's actually half of the top pitch. So if you have a 6 and 12 pitch roof, the bottom is 3 and 12. For the most part. This gets a big 12x14 roll-up door here. This is a standard, no frills, metal building or pole barn door. So it's got a seal on top and bottom, screwed in. These come standard with, from your post frame supply company. Nothing fancy about those. We have an 8-foot door here. This goes out onto the porch. And this is the little apartment, so just follow me in here. So we are fixing to start plumbing and electrical. We set these ceilings in here 10 feet. You know, one of the design tricks we do, it's not really a trick, but it's just a nice technique. If you have a small room, if you raise the ceiling another couple of feet, it makes the room feel much bigger. So this is just going to be an apartment with a little bathroom. There's a little kitchen area right here. We've got these really cute little 2x2 windows here. These are going to be really cute. Stove sits here. And then we got our windows over our countertops here. She's going to go for shelving, open shelving up above, no cabinets. So we're going to take you to the exterior, show you kind of some fun things we did on the back side of this house. This building was designed to be more of a modern look, and so the homeowner sent me a picture and said, this is what I want. And it had these little wing walls here bumped out on each side of the building. We're still in the process of finishing this up, but this is that beautiful cypress wood. We had a friend of mine, former client, that owns a wood milling company, and so he milled down these cypress siding panels. They're absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
We put Australian timber oil on them. That's what gives them kind of this this orangey color. So pretty. But anyway, it gets the black. It looks pretty amazing. So this wraps all the way up and around. And this was not cheap, but boy, is it stunning. This garage door here is going to be a glass roll-up door that's black. It's going to look pretty stunning when this is all said and done. This is kind of an entertaining area here. So, you know, cook out here if you want to, whatever. This faces the pond, beautiful view. So we're excited. The back of this is going to turn out really well. So that's it for us. Thanks for tuning in, and we're going to keep it going. So that's it for post frame construction. I will tell you this, as far as cost, post frame buildings are, you got post frame structures, weld up structures, and then pre-engineered steel buildings. As far as cost, they seem to be, if you want to go straight up cost, for the most part, your wood post frame structures are going to be the least expensive. Foundation, you'll spend about $6 to $7 a square foot, depending on where you are installed. Your erection seems to be in the $10 to $11 a square foot range, depending on who's doing it and where you are, of course. It's all subjective. So anyway, I hope that helps, and we'll see you soon.